Hello, first graders. It's Miss Rhodes. This week we're going to continue our discussion on wondering. Last week we talked about wondering using a T chart. With the T chart, we have one column for wonderings and one for discoveries. Well, this week we're going to use a KWL chart to help us understand text. And remember, wondering is what good readers do to help them understand the text better. Now let's get into our KWL. So to create your KWL chart, you need paper, a writing tool, and a book or any kind of text that you're going to use. Fold your paper into 3 sections. Then go down about an inch or so and fold down for your headings. And when you open your paper, you should have 3 sections. So the first section is for your K. And the K is what we know about the topic. We're going to tap into our prior knowledge. What do we already know? The W on our KWL chart is for what we want to know. And it could also be for what you're wondering. And the L is for what we learned. So the K is done before you read the text. And the text that I'm going to use is The Fog Came In, written by Sarah O'Neill. So what do I know about fog? Well, I know that fog makes the sky look cloudy. What else do I already know about fog? I know it is hard to see in the fog or in fog. It is hard to see in fog. Now, what am I wondering? The title said, The Fog Came In. So I wonder what happens when the fog comes in. And that's a question. So I need my question mark at the end. I also wonder, or I also want to know, will the fog go away? I also wonder and want to know, what made the fog, what can make fog go away? So I have my 2 columns filled out. The K for what I know and the W for what I want to know. I'm going to complete my L after I read the text. And that is for what I learned. The Fog Came In, written by Sarah O'Neill. The fog came in. It hid the bridge. The fog hid the trucks and the cars. It hid the ducks on the pond. The fog hid the sheep on the farm. It's really hard to see those sheep. It hid the cows too. Can barely see them. It was cold in the fog. It was cold and wet. The planes did not go up in the fog. Planes can get lost in the fog. The boats did not go out in the fog. Boats can get lost in the fog too. Remember I said I know that the fog makes the sky look cloudy and it's hard to see. Look how difficult it is to see, and look how cloudy that sky looks. The sun came out and the fog went. It's not as cloudy anymore. Then the planes went up and the boats went out. So I finished reading my text and I need to go back and complete my L on my KWL chart. So what we learned goes under the L. Well, when the fog came in, I know that the fog hid bridges, cars, animals, and planes. So that's what happened when the fog came in. That's what I learned. I was also wondering if the fog would go away. And it did. And I also wondered what can make fog go away. And if I go back to my text, on page 14, it says, the sun came out and the fog went. So that kind of combines those two wonderings into a complete thought about what we learned. So I can make one sentence. The fog went away when the sun came out. Now, this is my model of a KWL chart. You can use a KWL chart for any subject area: science, social studies, math, reading, writing, because you're always going to fill out what you know, what you want to know, and what you learned. Tomorrow, you guys are going to listen to a story called Chameleons Are Cool, and you're going to make your own KWL chart. Start with your K, then put your W, and put your L. What do you know about chameleons? What do you want to know about chameleons? Or what are you wondering about chameleons? And after you listen to the story, what did you learn about chameleons? Don't forget to take a picture and have your parents send it to me so I can see what you did. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you next week.